I'm almost there. Let's wait until the game loads, and then I'll make all the announcements, because as you remember, to alt tab when Farthest Frontier is loading is a bad idea. Yeah, now we're here. I'm going to OBS and I want to close Steam. I want to go to OBS and begin the recording. Yeah, hello and welcome everyone. Here is Andy. Here's our bonfire. Today we're once again playing Farthest Frontier. I've had a long day with lessons and other hustle, but I thought I have a couple of hours before I'm ready to sleep, so why don't I go and spend these 2 hours with you? Especially that I'm really craving to do something in my town. There are plenty of things to be done, and that's why I didn't want to shirk on my duties. So let's do things that we have to do. So what I want to be done, I want to have the area fully explored. That was a bit bad. Let's remove those flags. Yeah, I want the area to be fully explored because I suspect there might be some temple treasures that I might be interested in. And besides that, I want to know where these gold deposits can be, besides that only deep deposit that we have over here, but it's not the best one. I mean, it's all right, but could be better. We have a lot of labors, and I thought that it would be a great thing to add the academy. Yes, it will eat some of our resources, but at the same time, it will add to the generation of our knowledge, and I can only welcome that. So where do we put the academy? let's place it next to the temple. Not sure who I'm insulting by that. The temple or the academy. You can see that it's a very expensive building. Requires a lot of stones and a lot of planks. We have Massacre waiting for something, but well, other than bricks for a huge price, he has nothing that I'm interested in. Yesterday I was thinking what to do with the residential areas here, like is there something more optimal that I can do? And I did not arrive at some solution. Well, there could be a statue to be erected. That's one thing. That's one alternative. Actually, to have statues would be nice. Indeed, quite nice. I need to think about that, but to have statues, um, I'll have to have what? More, more iron ingots. Let's salvage these two things that we have discovered. There is also a salvage site over here. Let's go see what it hides. Oh, another excavation site. Yeah, I'm interested. Very much so. Remind me, please, the upgrade. I need to have tier 4 to get this upgrade. Look, we found another deep coal deposit. That's wonderful. That's just wonderful. I'm thinking about the candidates for my future third settlement. Here is one location that I'm considering, but look, there are no deposits that I'm really interested in. Whereas here we have coal and sand, and if I remember correctly, no, the deep coal, the deep clay mine is over there. But still, this location promises much more utility, so I'm kinda interested in this rather. Do I want to mine gold? Not so sure. Golden ore is hard to extract, hard to sell. Only Atka buys it, and nobody else. And I have other beautiful ways of making gold other than mining it with spending a lot of resources on that process. By the way, the coal mine here, the deep coal deposit, I'm sorry, and the sand coal deposit are located very close to each other, and together with the deep clay deposit, potentially I can create some kind of an industrial road here leading to the third settlement, and they can be united really perfectly. I'll probably redo the bridge later. I probably will do that. Yeah. Creating a road here will be quite a pain. but simultaneously I think it's gonna be quite a beautiful project if I can manage it, which I'm not sure about. The people have explored the salvage site and managed to procure some valuable goods: gold, baskets, firewood, crude weapons, shoes, a bow, linen clothes. Okay, we know that. Root of the first tree. Trees grow 15% faster and orchards produce 25 more fruit. That's for arborists. Diagonal terraforming is not yet possible. Birth rate and health of villagers increased by 10%. Yeah, that's... wait a moment. Is it... No, it's not... I've been exploring 2, not 3. Not 2, but 3 relic locations. Okay, let's wait for the third one. I'm inclined to use the one that we just found, but maybe it will be something even better in the third one. How to make the road go? And where do I want to have that third settlement exactly? Somewhere... Oh, it's actually a good moment to build because snow shows everything that is not even, and we can use this opportunity to do our job. So we can start from here, and let me check the width of this place. So 32, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 32 again. Will that be all right? I have to be careful not to destroy the ruins also. So we should be starting from this point actually. So 32, and then 75. This has to be destroyed. This has to be destroyed. This has to be destroyed as well. 75, then 35, 32. How come? What are these glitches? Why can I connect the road even despite the fact that it overlaps with itself? Should not be happening. Okay, let's create the parallel one now. 32, 75, and again 35. Right, so here comes our third settlement. That's where it's going to be placed. And we have to connect it to the settlement over here. As always, the road refuses to be cooperative. I'm gonna destroy this one to prevent that from happening. Let's go along the lake coast. Over maximum size. Okay, the first connection is made. Let's continue. Oh, that's a bit too much. I need to redo that already. And now don't tell me you cannot connect well. Over maximum size, that's the problem. Okay, let's make it a bit longer, and now I cannot see anything where the road finishes. Again, over maximum size. Great. So we have the connection between the two. And here we have to do the same. But the I'm sorry. My voice is given in to the strains of today. Okay, this road I'll redo because I didn't like how it was going in the first place. And this has to be deleted as well. This dirt road. Let's relocate the wagon shop somewhere. No, not the potter, the wagon shop, please. Can be placed here, actually. Damn it. Feels like I'm losing my voice. Hello, Masuke. Look at that. He's buying the flax for the same price that he's selling it. What an interesting thing. Cheese and heavy tools. Bricks cost almost as much as they did last year. The bridge has been destroyed. Let's recreate it. This way, for instance. And from the start of the bridge, we'll have to somehow make the road go in an interesting fashion. Up to here. Can we do that? Maybe we can. Just the game again is not really cooperative. Okay, so the clay pit is preventing me from doing that. Clay pit and a piece of that fishing shack, but we can do it this way, and it's still nice and gentle, right? Yes, it is. So from the foundation of this bridge now we are going further away. What do you mean invalid placement? Wonderful. What does Belda the Paddler have this year for me? You are buying shoes and Selling bricks for a huge price again. And I have a lot of baskets to sell. Well, a lot of being 50, but still it's quite enough. So what about the excavation site? Are they working on it? They're kinda doing that, but still there is plenty to be done. I have enough laborers. What about the academy? The academy is here. I need to send more people to work, and that should speed up our discovery speed much more. I can build only one academy, and I'm actually happy to see that, because otherwise I would be doomed with my greed, and I would be thinking of creating many academies, not just one. So I'm actually relieved to learn that. This road here, I wanna make it go in quite an unusual fashion along the mountain, and then connect to the road here at last in quite an elegant fashion. Yeah, here we go. Here we have the road across the mountain. Some flattening maybe will be done. Maybe it won't be necessary. Maybe the road itself will flatten itself somehow. So the base for the future new settlement is ready. I need to recreate the destroyed roads that I targeted previously, here and here, and actually over here. Yeah. A good price for shoes. 400 coins are not some crazy money, but it's money anyway. And here comes another trader, that's Letros. Letros of Cordell. He sells iron. If I erect those statues, how many ingots do I need for the statues? Could you remind me? I need 50 stones, iron ingots, and 2,500 gold. So I'm gonna barely make it, but by the way, I need more bricks to buy to upgrade the third market. So I need bricks. Yeah. So I need 150 ingots, iron ingots. Ideally 100 and ideally 200 bricks, iron ingots, I'm sorry, and around 60 bricks. Can I afford such expenses, I wonder? So 200 bricks for 3 statues. And oh, he's selling tools for a low price, but I know that low price is not gonna make much difference in the future. Can I sell anything to him? I can sell, well, my villagers can suffer a bit. I'll sell all the pottery that I have, and maybe all the soap and all the shoes. I know it's a bit extreme, but extreme times require extreme measures. So I need 60 bricks for the upgrade of my future market. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. So I'm gonna take this medium plaza and bring it over here. Take this one. 5 people have immigrated. 5. people have emigrated. It's not a lot, but still, these are 5 laborers that I can employ. And I'm gonna start erecting the statue, the large statue here. It will eat quite a bunch of my resources. Belda the Paddler is leaving in 4 days. I'm not gonna be able to sell stuff to him. Period. I'm not gonna be able to do that. Let's transfer all the baskets also. Yeah, I need Score of the Butcher to arrive and buy my medicinal roots. That will help me with not spending all the gold that I have accumulated. Okay, 1 statue here. Let's gonna take plaza from here as well, and place it over here. 1, 2. That's a bit weird, truth be told. If I take away 2 more plaza pieces, I'll... What did I want to sell to him? Pottery. Maybe we are gonna make it even. So if I place the monument here, there'll be space. Huh. Interesting. How did I place things in such a fashion? There is some crucial error that has crept into this one, into this settlement. And I think I know the error. We have to connect the 2 parts with the road. So ideally, we have to redo the thing slightly. Slightly is an understatement that will take us tons of our time, but it's worth it. Okay, let's have another large statue here that will eat the rest of the gold that I have. But hopefully I'll be compensated by more large houses that I'll get in the town, and consequently much more gold to be accumulated. Look, we have got some pottery to sell, which is nice. Let's send it to the town coffers. Yeah, it looks like I'm not gonna have enough gold for the statues, but who knows, maybe some gold is already traveling towards them, and we will have enough. Now, about the market, I don't yet know where the market should be standing. I know we ought to have the school here, but I'll hold its construction for now. Then in front of the school there have to be 2 more plaza spots. 1, 2. Then there has to be a well. Loot acquired. Great. Great. And it looks like I messed up here. No, I did not mess up. Everything is okay. So where do I place the well on this side? I need one more plaza, right? One more plaza line. 1, 2. And then I have to place another well here. And Then in front of those wells, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and here I'll have 1, 2. So let's maybe use some different measurement. So we'll have one more layer of plaza, then the festival pole, if I understand correctly. Yeah, after the well, there has to be one more layer of plazas, then the festival pole, then another layer of plazas, and then the market. Then the market is placed here. Then to this market we have to append the storage depot and a root cellar. Storage depot and the root cellar. And then we will have 1, 2, 3 plazas. Looks like everything is correct. So yeah, slowly we're going there. Festival pole has to be relocated faster, please. What else? 1,000 gold is required for this large statue, and I wonder if we're gonna have money problems or not. Like, this statue is almost completed. Ingots are already traveling its way, I suppose, or maybe no, all the ingots went into this one for now. What are you doing here, work camps? I think it's time you started gathering stones as well, not only trees, because apparently I've gathered enough logs and we haven't got much problem with logs for now. Same here. Stone gathering is a thing again, people, so please oblige me and replenish the income. What about how many planks I'm making? I'm gonna add people into the sawmill to get more planks. Baskets. Okay, I'm gonna return 75 baskets to the town storage, 75 shoes, 75 units of soap, and send all the crude weapons to the market. Have a lot of herbs to sell. Hopefully somebody will be interested. Oh, I can sell some hide coats this year, next year. The upcoming year, that is. And some gold ingots have been found. Anything else that could be interesting? Not really. Not really. All right. The market has to be the priority. The festival pole has been shifted successfully. Now let's shift the market. If I shift the market, no disaster is gonna strike me. All the houses are still gonna be within the range of the building. That's nice. By the way, I have to add a road here as well. So what's going on with the extraction of the relic here? I say it will be completed next year. As for housing, I need to add some houses here. So if I understand correctly, that's where houses should be. 1, 2, 3. Then another one. 1, 2. And then the opposite side. Here we go. And the opposite side again. 1, 2, 3. And then I have to have 3 more over here. I wonder if I should change the logic of my house construction about these parts. Maybe no. Maybe not now, at least. It will be in the future, but not now. Let's make a little change. Just a small one. 2, 3. And the same here. 1, 2, 3. And the same here. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Lots of housing is on the way. I cannot upgrade the market as I haven't got enough coin. Score of the Butcher has arrived and he is at last buying something, namely herbs. Can I buy something? I can buy Antlers of the Great Spirit. That's one thing that I can purchase, or I can buy something else. For instance, crossbows. Somebody buys crossbows, but he's not selling for a low price. It will make sense to, I think, buy some clay. Not enough gold is gathered at the trading center. Maybe I should keep the herbs for the future. Maybe he will come again, and so in that case I might be interested in selling some more. Let's transfer gold to the town, upgrade the market to next tier, and as urgently as possible relocate the storage and the root cellar with priority again. Shroud of the Unknown Soldier. Increased duration of shoes, linen clothes, and coats by 20%. Actually, that's even better than birth rate and health. So I'm replacing this one with the Shroud of the Unknown Soldier, because shoes and coats are and height. So shoes, height, coats, and clothes are important things, and the less often I need to renew them, the better. Another trader is approaching. Have some knowledge points already. What about statues? Construct 50 shelters in a single settlement. A new achievement. The statues are almost ready. Atka, what are we trading? Oh, I got some more gold ingots that will make some more coin. She's... no, I'm not interested in anything else, and I don't think I want to sell soap for such a low price. Speaking of soap, by the way, I think I can be making more soap just because I still have enough tallow and more than enough herbs for that. So why don't I do that? Especially that I'm gonna add more hunters as more people will be arriving in my town, and so these are good investments of human capital. Damn it, I missed the moment when tea was nice and pleasantly hot. Now it's just cold. Cold and not so tasty. But alright. Aha, so let's prohibit everything in this location. Now permit medicinal roots and herbs. Then we'll permit hide coats. We will permit don't remember what my permissions for bows are. 2, 5. Really? Is that so? Okay, minimum 5 bows and minimum 50 arrows. I'm not sure why I don't have that setting. Will increase the maximum quota for bows to 15 and 150 arrows. New trader has just arrived at how come I get more and more golden ingots? I don't understand. 34, let them be transferred for sale. This I have insufficient iron already. How did that happen? And why? I wonder. Okay, let's sell the ingots, send the gold to the town. Reached 250 population in a single settlement, got a new achievement. Alright, thanks. I guess. Oh, look. Soap for 7 coins, and she's buying also for 7 coins. If she wasn't greedy this year, I could make some marginal profit, but not successful with that. Wells are being ignored, not sure why. And I wanted to continue with the ordering, right? So 25 shoes have to be brought here, 5 bows, then 50 arrows, 25 baskets, 25 pieces of soap, 25 candles, 25 pieces of pottery, and yep, that's all I have for now. Nothing else I can bring to the of course firewood. Maybe we have increased the quota to 50. Yeah, because apparently I use I already have 50 here. Okay. We need to get rid of the you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to build a stockyard to have more convenient construction, and I just realized I should have been building houses over some unpleasant things that grow on my territory to get rid of those unpleasant things on my territory. So let's destroy some of the houses that I've built already, place them onto the those green pieces of garbage. And now also let's show people what they have to gather in the future. Hawthorn bushes have to be deleted. Yeah, they don't belong here. The well is at last completed. That will eat my final, not final, but eat the essential pieces of iron that I needed for the statue. So the statue construction is going to be postponed, but maybe it's for the better because I also need to create a lot of plaza here. Plaza here, and let's do exactly that. Not only plaza, but the school, the festival pole, that all of those things will eat, I think, all my budget. And I need to have many more builders. Thankfully, laborers are still there in the sufficient number. Food is going low, I'm afraid, and that has to be tackled. It has to be tackled. We can do that by what? By creating a forager and a hunter. One hunter over here, because I can see deers, and there have to be deer somewhere else, right? Like in this forest, for example. Yeah, exactly. So let's create a hunter's cabin here. Do I need a forager? I just as well might. There are so many herbs to be collected, but herbs can be sold. So let's have a forager too. And a smokehouse to be processing all that stuff that will be coming its way. Prohibit fish and raw meat, raw fish and raw meat in the market, raw materials in the root cellar, and we are good to go. Looks like let's prioritize the construction of the forager shacks and hunters cabins, because I don't want to be facing any hunger in the future. Let's set some limits for logs and stones and planks in the new stockyard, just to facilitate our town's progression. Yeah, look, the shelter has been constructed, but the the herbs were not destroyed. I don't know why it happened like that. Truth be told, let's cancel the destruction and instead relocate the house to somewhere where it can bring some benefit, and try and deal with the patch of herbs some other way by relocating another house. I'm happy to see that actually we seem to have enough stones to complete the tasks. That's great. Don't forget that we'll have to add garden trails. Garden trails will also consume a lot of my resources. The patch of herbs refuses to go. I have no idea why. Let's try and relocate once again in hopes that something will change. The forager shack is completed. Let's be foraging. Where? In this territory, but without collecting any willow. Willow is already overflowing in my storage. The hunter cabin, well, that's easy. You're hunting here. You already know your area of expertise, so to say. the moment of truth. Will we destroy the... Yes, we will. The greenery, and the same success over here. Now we'll bring the houses to the places where they belong. I have 3 knowledge points to invest, you know? What shall we go for? What about that beautification? Parks and shrines. I don't have parks and shrines currently. Animal husbandry. Venting chambers. Sustainable fishing. Tree felling speed and forestry and mining. 20% work to produce planks. Sustainable forestry. Woodworking. Deep mines. Deep mine ventilation. Fire sane. I think I want... Do I have mines already, or I cannot mine anything yet? Do I need to do that? Not that I need exactly, but I might want to have this, and maybe not reforestation yet. Something else, something... Research speed at the academy. Yeah, research speed at the academy is something useful. I'm gonna invest another point there too. This hunting cabin has to be working in this area. This forager shack has to be working. Let's try and maximize the work area. Okay, this way. Let's put you this way. A lot of herbs will be collected, but those could be sold.
What is it?
And I need to actually say that there have to be maximum 25 herbs also, and maximum 25 medicinal roots, just in case, because I know they can be very zealous about everything. How about I create a firewood splitter also? Looks like we have to do that. What about logs? Why aren't logs brought here, I wonder? Are they spent immediately upon arrival? Well, that's a very possible scenario. I still couldn't get rid of the herb over here. Maybe if I create a road. Okay, let's put this shelter somewhere else. Here, and this shelter let's put over here. Destroy this hawthorn. And we'll try to create a road here. Maybe that will change the plant's mind and it will finally leave me be. This shelter has to be brought somewhere else. So it has to be standing over here, actually. The road should help. Normally it helps. Festival pole, I think, can be prioritized now. And the final pieces of plaza can be placed where they belong. And I haven't finished with the relocation of things over here to complete the statical image of the settlement. To the right. All of you go to the right. The well will take a bit more time to be relocated, but that's fine. That's fine. What about my labor count? Labor count just got fixed by the new fresh arrival of people, which is wonderful. Still have enough builders. The festival pole has been completed. Let's upgrade it to next tier. I suppose I need to be collecting a lot of stones, you know. Hello, Letros. I have nothing to sell to you. I'm sorry. Damn, the patch of herbs still stands. Let's try and create a new house over that place. Or, I don't even know. I have no idea why it refuses to go. Normally they're not as resilient, but these are very resilient. And a new merchant is here. By the way, Letros, are you selling any iron ingots? No, you're not. You won't be selling those, I'm sure. We can sell hide coats and some soap for very high prices, and I'm very I'm very happy to see that. Very happy to see that. The well got relocated. Earned 25 knowledge points in a single settlement, so we get back to the scientific method and facilitate the knowledge collection. Rats infestation has finally come, and we need to build rat catchers. Now, where will rat catchers dwell? Rat catchers mean that even more money will have to be spent on maintenance of everything, but nothing can be done about it. How much money do they charge nowadays? 5 coins per month. That's quite a lot, but not too much as well. Okay, some gold just was earned through selling hide coats, and some more soap will be sold. Some work areas are empty, says the game. It's about this work camp. Let's move the guys here. These stones have to be collected. These stones have to be collected also. It's a huge rock. Nice deposit. Some houses are already getting their upgrades. It's a nice thing to see. Oh, at last the herbs finally yielded and disappeared. That's a great progress. What about garden trails? 10 stones per each, so I should not go too greedy with that. Ideally, I should wait until I have more stones, truth be told. Will I wait? I'm not sure. As you can see, I am not waiting. I'm jumping right onto the task. Let's harvest all the stone deposits around, all the stone protrusions. 4 days left to sell my soap, and thankfully we were just in time not to miss the trader. He has 5 coins left. Not bad, we earned 2000 gold this month. Rat catchers are up and running. Let's put them onto their respective work areas. Yeah, here, and the final rat catcher is being built. I seem to have not enough firewood for the upcoming winter. Hopefully that shall be remediated. So 3 settlements, and I suppose we have to be okay with having enough people for tier 4. We'll have to have 400 people. As houses get to the next tier, we shall get there. Now, what's the problem? So the large statue seemingly did not provide enough for these houses to become large houses. What else can be done to boost the area's desirability? Well, I can upgrade the plaza, but I don't have bricks for that. I can upgrade garden trails, but again, that requires tons of bricks. I can build shrines. The shrines will drain money, and instead of shrines, I can build parks. Parks will not drain any money and will probably provide the boost necessary to get tier 3 or close to that. So parks will require gold and stones. So 2 parks. And now if I build shrines, let's wait until parks are completed and then I'll make my decisions. That was fast. The park is here. Now if I have a shrine, even with the park, it wasn't enough. So a shrine has to be added. Okay, that will be another painful subtraction of stone from my resources, and also shrines will eat my money. This place is also slowly transforming. Let's have parks 1, 2, and shrines. 1, 2. Do we have stones in the vicinity? Yes, we do. Let's gather those. Yeah, all these stones, all these thickets can be destroyed. 6 people have arrived. Gather these stones. Hmm. The work camp is on the task. Food is not that plentiful. What's going on with my fields, by the way? Not that I'm gonna gather a lot of peas and beans, but maybe it's gonna be enough. What's the situation with laborers? I have a lot of laborers, you know, just a lot. Next year, I think I have to create more. You know, I think I want to drop this notification for insufficiency of tools. Do we have that? Low item tools. Yeah, I found it. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't want to know that. Thanks. Not a lot of gold, actually. Slowly, slowly, I'm getting to high levels of desirability. But why do you have only 48? What's your problem? No, really. 48? Has someone disappointed you? Garden Trail. What's the difference between you? Town Center. Temple. You don't have Town Center within your reach and small park. So you're not within the small park's range. As well as you are not within the range of the small park. That's interesting. That's interesting and sad at the same time. Maybe that means that I should drop shrines and have parks instead. Yeah, I will have parks instead. They are cheaper. They do not require workers, and they don't require monthly payments. So I'll go for parks I'll go for parks instead. Yeah, that's my decision. Now about this place, the new settlement. What are we missing? Missing, well, a lot. Truth be told, we are missing more garden trails that will eat even more stones from my treasury. I call it treasury because I treasure my stones. About parks, 15 stones per each park. Well, why don't we go, what do we call it? All in. I wonder whether we'll have enough money for that. And I'm thinking about constructing a storehouse here, truth be told, just to be able to bring gold to this part. Or maybe a vault has to be relocated somewhere in between those two places, but nah, not so good. Oh look, I don't have enough clay. Okay, go full scale on clay, especially that we have enough people to do that. Yeah, full scale. Clay collection, full scale. Pottery making. Why not? Why not? And okay, let's have our storehouse. And now the new year has started. Time to build fields. 4 beautiful fields that will be growing more crops, specifically peas. Yeah, please prioritize that task if you can, my kind people. I got a knowledge point. I'm gonna invest that. Can I invest into the beautification? It requires masonry. Masonry requires architecture. I see. So I'm quite far away from beautification, like a few years away, but still, I'm gonna get there. Slowly, slowly, I'm gonna get there. This research thing, I, on the one hand, like it, and I'm beginning to dislike it because a lot of things stay hidden, locked behind, and that's a bit unpleasant. That your game is actually gonna be dragging its feet. You can build the academy, sure, but maybe it's not worth it to invest the first points into the bait. I mean, I'm sure they will tackle that. Maybe they'll increase the speed of research. Maybe they'll do that because something has to be done about that. Something just has to be done about that. Let's bring more herbs to the market. Well, we have a chance. We can purchase something. Can we? Not sure. He is again asking for a very high price. Antlers of the Great Spirit is one possibility, but I'm not that excited about spending money so much. I still have 60 iron somehow. Well, I'm surprised. I thought they already used some of the iron to maintain the buildings. Storehouse. So everything has to be prohibited in this storehouse except for gold, and gold limit will have to be 500. Maximum will be also 500. Okay, 1,000. Maximum will be 1,000. Yeah. Actually, 100 is the minimum. I don't need that much gold in this one, just to facilitate the process a bit. Okay, let's have it at 250 for now. I'm not planning to be poor all the time. They're cultivating the fields quite slowly, I must say. And see, this time they constructed the place much faster, I'm sorry, probably because they were not faced with the necessity to build fences around the place. And so I guess I indeed shot my leg when I tasked them with doing that in the past. Now, do I want to buy bricks? My best so my reasoning tells me, of course, but do I actually need bricks right now? Well, I might want to upgrade the root cellars, right? And storage depots maybe also, but first thing that I want to upgrade are root cellars anyway. So for that I need to have 132 bricks. So if I buy 150, that will be 1,600 gold. So not that expensive, and I need to sponsor my town for that task. So let's go upgrade the root cellars. Root cellars just will provide better preservation of everything, which I'm very interested in, because some food, I'm sure, gets spoiled. Am I right? Yes, I am. Vegetables and fruits get spoiled, and I, of course, naturally don't like that it happens. Now, only one worker here. This year we can grow some peas. More and more people immigrate, you know, it's becoming quite getting out of hand, I would say, in some way. One worker again. Priority. Belder the peddler arrived. Hello, Belder. What are we trading? So, hide coats. Why not? I can sell 25 hide coats. And look, I have extra pelts. That means that I can add one more cobbler. And speaking of tannery, I can add another tanner. So I'm going to be making even more hide coats in the future. He is selling clothes, but I cannot afford to buy any, and he is actually selling bricks for a lower price than his colleague, which is a shame for me because I just spent more money than I should have. Too bad. Too bad. What about storage depots? Maybe I can upgrade them too. I mean, durability, preservation of those is it's not that necessary, truth be told. So, and I don't know what else I need bricks for currently. Really not sure what next I want to upgrade with bricks. Maybe storehouses, but they, well, maybe storehouses. At least one storehouse. Oh gosh, what's with my voice? 55 bricks, right? For all the money that I earned. And let's upgrade this storehouse because after all, it's used quite a lot. Why don't I pay some respect to the place? Another field is ready for action. Expansion. Maybe if I add a lot of farmers right now, they'll do it faster. I just need to remember to drop the number of those at the end of the year. All the garden trails have been completed, which is a great thing. So the remaining ones are small park constructions. That's all. That's all. Everything else is ready. So maybe I can even start the construction of fences slowly. One and two. And let's create gates. 1 and 2. Right. Another field is ready. Let's add farmers. I'm not sure if I have to order the expansion. I have a suspicion that they might not be fast enough to finish it before the winter hits. I'm not even sure about this one. They have under 2 months to operate. Might be insufficient. Let's be hopeful. Let's send even more farmers into action. No, they're not making it. I'll expand the fields next year. And some of my crops have been eaten by deers. So the absence of the fence is already having its impact. How many large harvests have I got? Time to eat my melatonin, I think. Oh, I just noticed a disaster. There are greens here that I haven't taken care of. Let's move the homestead, hoping that they will be destroyed by that gesture. Also, I want to... No, I don't want to. I thought I want to build a statue here, but no. I don't have enough gold. Right, so the good news is that I think we're finishing this extension of the field this year before it gets frozen. and that's nice. That means that farmers are not gonna be locked there for half a year. Okay, for 3 months, stealing the workforce from me. Yeah, nice. 18 people have arrived in my town. Let's drop the number of laborers to 1 per field. That's enough. More than enough. Let's construct the road across the field as well. Create a fence here. Gates 1 and 2. The road across, and the final one. Here we go. And finally the gates. Can you imagine that I'll have to literally redo everything in many years, because I'll need to build brick walls instead of this wooden fence, but that will come much later. The warehouse has been upgraded. Now it has much more storage inside. Yeah, don't have to worry about it being overflowing. Looks like I've made a lot of baskets, so baskets ought to be sold, and I gathered plenty of herbs, so those have to be sold as well. So for the baskets, as many. The crude weapons look like I have to get rid of those. Shame that I haven't been able to sell any medicinal roots for a while, as they apparently get spoiled. I can also sell some soap, which is a good thing too. So I should be able to generate some coin next year. Tallow is getting lower. How about I build another hunting lodge here, because there are many deers to go after. Yeah, I think, and that will a bit change the balance of tallow. Yeah, I need barely a bit more. What about pelts? Where did they come from? From here. Aha, pelts I have enough. Actually, more than enough. Clay is being gathered as well, steadily. We have to be making more pottery now. Look, we indeed are making more pottery, and we can sell 35 units next year if someone is interested in buying. Yeah, roots indeed are getting rotten over time, unfortunately. Let's have 20 builders. How many large houses have I got? 18. The game tells 18. I see. Let's go to the next point in technology. I have architecture. Maybe I have to complete architecture, right? Then masonry, and then beautification. Masonry, that will be about bricks. Oh, not enough firewood. That's something new. What is the balance? Yeah, so I think adding one more person to the process should be enough. Hunter ready? Ready. So you go hunting there, please. Thank you. Alrighty. So let's create. I just don't like this empty space here. I think I'll place the statue, but hold its construction for now as we are far away from having enough gold for that. But we'll get there. We'll get there in time. Let's order the expansion of the 2 fields here. Come on. I know you can do that. Thank you. As well as you. As well as you. You can go. And now I have exactly 12 fields. So that means that I can make each field in each settlement special. And so they will each be responsible for something. One of them can be like for flax, one of them for roots, and I mean root vegetables, and 2 fields responsible for wheat, for grain. Hello, Atcom. Again, pathetic prices for planks makes me very, very reluctant to sell any, and I'm not gonna do that. Let's just wait for now. A lot of construction is happening. Fences are being erected. Fields are gonna be worked on, I'm sure, in time. Could we maybe prioritize the work somehow? I want to have them ready by the end of the year, which is a very feasible task. I'm sure about that. You don't have any stones together. Well, maybe it's for the better. Just chop the trees. Trees are the bigger problem for me. This one still somehow has stones together. And then we have that rocky formation over there next to the ruins. I wonder whether ruins will be also targeted by the work camp if I ask them to work there or not. Hopefully not. Graveyard is almost full. Okay, Latros, hello. You're selling iron for 12 coins, while Atka for 15. Okay, that's better. I might consider buying some iron after all. Or not, because I haven't got gold for that. I have nothing to sell to him. What do I need to build? An apothecary. Tier 4. That's what I need. And also I need to research the technology. So much for the for medicine making. PT. So are you guys going to get to tier 2 or tier 3? I'm sorry. Looks like they aren't. And there was some relocation I did here, right? And it was exactly successful. Large house can be brought back. 47%, 45%. That's because the temple is here and the town center is here. They give the bonuses. What else do I need for tier 4? 375 bricks, 6,500 gold. Looks like my population is not going to be the biggest problem here, but who knows. So what can I actually make currently without any technologies? I can I'm sorry. I can make brickyard and I can run it. I cannot collect coal currently, but I can produce coal through the charcoal kiln. I can make candles if I place apiaries, and I can make clothes if I produce flax. Probably I need another compost yard. To facilitate collecting manure. 11 days. Where is a third trader? Is here. I counted on having a third trader. Apparently a third one is not arriving. Too bad. Too bad. Oh. They completed the job. So let's connect parts. Excellent. Drop the number of workers to 1 per field. And what about the fertility level currently? 100, 87%, 84%, 98%. Right. I want to fertilize this one. Can I please do that manually? Thanks. The same is true for you. I'll do that manually. I need to remember to utilize the compost there. You can do it automatically because you will have a long way to collect anything anyway. So, what are my options? If I need to start farming, I will have to lose. Let me check how well the game can take it, the village can take it. If I send all 32 people to the fields here, I still get enough laborers, which is a nice indicator. Now, what can they be making? They can start making clothes. Clothes are a good way to earn money. So we can create a weaver. Let's create the weaver and make clothes. So beginning next year, I'll have to make flax, but also that means that I need to have 3 fields engaged with flax, which are the best here. Well, this one looks like it's the best, so you will be my candidate for flax, but only during the 3rd year. Here you will give me peas, and here you will give me flax. Nimra, hello. What's the word, hummingbird? The word is flax, because I'm going to grow it now, and actually looks like it doesn't matter which year I grow it in, right? So let's begin with flax and then have clover. Slide flax to the right a tad. I'm not POTUS. You're not the president of the United States. Well, that's I'm not sure if that's a relief or not. Why do you think it's important? Because it's completely tolerant to frost. So why why do you think it's why do you think it has any impact? And while you're answering, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Never can happen. Just a habit. I mean, I used to place it here and nothing really happened. And the earlier we begin planting it, the better. Let's put it here for now. If some of my harvest is affected, we will of course change. Now, do I want to center the tiles from the extremes? Well, I do that sometimes too, or the opposite. If, for example, we are talking about peas I try to place to the extreme to the right, just because they don't like heat and we still can get some hot summer, and that will damage them. So let's have clover here. Clover doesn't. Clover is completely resistant to anything actually. So I'm gonna have peas over here and flax during the 3rd year. Now this one will be engaged with clover this year, and then peas the 3rd year, and here we'll have flax and then clover. And one more field I need to engage with that. Let it be you. Unfortunately it's too late to grow any flax, but we can try. Maybe we can try and plant some. I'll just need to remember to redo that. Then peas during the 3rd or 2nd year. During the 2nd year. So here only clover, here clover and peas, and here I'll fix it when we are done with the process. Maximum number of workers, and that means that I have to drop the number of workers in the other fields, not to run low on my labor, on my laborers. And yeah, you're going maximum number of people working, and all the flax must go over here. Let's set the maximum quota to 1,500. And now that we are planning to start making clothes, we have to set the minimum quota for clothes to 25 per each depot, right? For people to have clothes to wear. That doesn't make them happier, I think. I mean, it does, but happiness is such a questionable thing in the game. What I do care about is generating enough clothes to sell them. And also I need to change the balance of soil to get the boost for my flax, it looks like. And for that I'll need a sand pit. And the sand pit I don't have. But I can, and let's find a nice location. We have a sand pit over here, a deep sand deposit here, deep sand deposit here, deep sand deposit, a little deposit here, but too far away, and a huge one. So it looks like the best candidate is this one. I think one should be sufficient. And where do we want to collect the sand? I think it can be collected in the stockyard without any problem. What do you mean low desirability? You are complaining about low desirability. Oh, great. Wonderful. I moved you a tiny fraction and you are already complaining. By the way, you know what I forgot about? I completely forgot about beautification, and I mean in front of houses, and this way I can actually make them all large houses. Not all of them, of course, but some of them, and maybe that's what we should busy ourselves with. Let's take masonry, and then I'm gonna target beautification. So the next 3 knowledge points are going towards there. I want to prioritize the sandpit creation. The weaver building is here. All 8 people are at their workplaces. What do you mean? I have a root cellar that that I have to destroy. It's infested with rats and I'll need to destroy it. This warehouse, I wonder what to do with it. I wonder what to do with it. You know what I can do? I can create another warehouse over here, do the same thing that I did with that warehouse, only make it gold oriented, bring back the vault here and prohibit gold in this one, just to avoid problems. We have compost that we can apply. I'm gonna add it to this one to have better fertility for next year, for the years to come rather. This one is at 100 already, so not to worry about it. And I can now set you to automatic application, and the other compost yard hasn't even collected enough compost, so lowest fertility, automatic distribution. Back to that system. What happened to my, no, which is working well. I was afraid something broke there. So let's look at the complaining houses and what can we build for them. We can build small shrubs. Small shrubs, they will create the necessary bonuses for the houses here. So let's begin with a small shrub here. Then another one here. Here nothing will change the situation, unfortunately, so there is no point in building the shrubs there. Here we have houses that have 57% desirability, so actually for them something can be done. But maybe I can add something like a garden trail. Well, I can, but actually, let's go for garden trails, in fact. Why not? In front of each house. They give a good boost, but maybe not everywhere for now, only with the strategically important housing. Strategically important housing is the housing that can get to tier 3 in the near future. Yeah. I get a bug where the warning for the low firewood pops up when I have more than enough firewood. Do you get that also? No, I don't. Not really. Honestly, in this playtest so far, and may it stay like that in the future, I have yet to encounter any game-breaking bugs. For me, it's been very smooth. Have I not built the road here? Whoa. How did I miss that part? Have you encountered any bugs in the playtest version? Let's add some more. Garden trails everywhere. Even though these houses already have tier 3, maybe that will facilitate something Just this firewood. I ran out to 0 and then it happens randomly. Ah, you mean, so you reached the point where you got oh, by the way, speaking of firewood, but I don't understand. The game told me that, I still consume more than I'm producing, so, okay, let's add one more firewood splitter. So you got to 0, and now the game thinks that you always have 0. That's a bit uncomfortable, I can understand. As bugs go, it is nice. You mean overall? Ah, well, but it wasn't a bug. It was a legit notification, right? And that's how it's supposed to work in the proper way. So, of course, I'm nowhere to complain here. I wonder, am I gonna be producing enough flax? But we shall learn about that only in the future. I get it with 100 units still. That's unpleasant. Maybe it will be happening to me as I get further with many more computing operations to run. Oh, Ender Plains Rider is buying medicinal roots. Look at that. The problem is that I have nothing to buy from him unless I want to buy cheese or shoes, for example, to resell to someone later. He doesn't have that much gold to make me utilize this chance. Okay, let's sell stuff, buy cheese and stock it to resell it to other... No, not baskets. I still have roots to sell and buy more cheese. Why I'm buying cheese is because cheese is very often trade good, trade item. Baskets I might not sell to Ender because Ender is not the only one who buys baskets, if I remember correctly. Somebody else should do that. The second trader arbitrage is very rare now in 1.0. Only had it happen with trader 1.7 cheese, cheap trader. Then yeah, if you mean that stock, what I call stock marketing, when I used to buy a thing for a low price and then resell it for a higher price, and then even before 1.0 they changed the pricing and everything got much more expensive when you are buying and everything got cheaper when you are selling, and it wasn't that profitable anymore, and I think the system persists in this update as well. So not much money to be gained through marginal trading anymore, through the trickstery that I used to employ. Large statue. Maybe I can enable the construction of the large statue. Yes, I don't have the iron ingots, but I will have them eventually. In the meantime, let's add the remaining garden trails. I'm not sure why I didn't add them here. Should have done that. Belda the Peddler. Hello, sir. And I have my roots. The remaining ones to sell. Roots are important to sell because they are what? They tend to rot, and I don't want to lose my stuff. Look, Belda the Peddler is buying baskets, and for a very high price either, and that's wonderful. And not only baskets, but also soap and hide coats. Again, not sure if I'm gonna sell anything to him. Not anything, but everything rather. Bricks again. He's selling bricks for 14 coins per each item. It's atrocious. I don't appreciate, man. You're really making me suffer with your pricing for your bricks. Upgrade 20 shelters to tier 3 in a single settlement. Hooray. Hooray, we reached that. I can buy shoes maybe from Ender and then hope to sell them to someone else for a higher price, getting rid of the remaining roots. Yeah, that's not the worst thing to do. Flax crops produce 50% more yield. Not that I'm dying to get this one. So what if I sell... What if I sell all the baskets? How much money? 2,800 gold. Look, do I need bricks for anything? With the number of laborers, I don't have that many laborers anymore actually because of the farming. I thought I can make bricks, but looks like I'm not really in position to do that. Do I buy bricks or do I not? To upgrade storage depots with bricks. I need bricks to upgrade my town center, and by the way, the price now is lower, I think, thanks to the technology we just learned. Atka is selling iron, and for a very high price as well, and she's also buying baskets and soap for a low price and pottery for a high price. Okay, that means that I have to sell soap to Belder and buy, if I buy all the bricks you have, that's a lot of money. A lot of money. How many bricks do I need to... Let's buy 80 bricks, you know. Buy and transfer, sell the hide coats, and sell some of the baskets to get the rest of the coins that he has. Here we go. Now, about iron. I'm gonna buy... How much do I need to complete the large statue? I need... Well, let's buy 40 units of iron and sell all the baskets and sell all the pottery that we will have brought to the trading center. In fact, I can sell even more baskets now. They have been produced. And in the years to come, I'll need to get a lot of bricks and iron to upgrade to tier 4. But for now, no hurry with that, as I thankfully haven't yet reached the population necessary to get to that next tier. The root cellar that I wanted to demolish. Here come the baskets. but the pottery still hasn't arrived somehow. I can start making furniture, by the way, because I have a lot of planks, and maybe that can be one more game changer. What I don't like about this idea is that furniture will be snatched by my kind villagers, townsfolk, and they absolutely do not need furniture at this point of their life. They will need furniture relatively soon, of course, but still I'm not that confident. And a furniture workshop requires a heavy tool as well, and those are quite a precious thing. Okay, beautification, confirm. Now some areas had to get the necessary bonus to get to tier 3. If they haven't, I'll invest 2 more knowledge points, and then I'll have to start thinking about what makes my town more industrial. I'll have to really think about that, because there are a lot of buildings that are not unlocked yet, and that can quickly escalate into an issue. Like I won't be able to make bread because the windmill and the barn, well, the barn is not that necessary, but the chicken coop is locked behind, cheesemaker, preservist, all of those things are locked behind. I'm not positive. What do you think? Maybe it's a bit of an overkill of what they have done with technology tree. Like a lot of buildings, and I read an opinion today on their Steam page that it's a bit too much what they have done, that a lot of stuff is now unreachable within reasonable time and effort, and we have to try much harder now to get to the necessary constructions. Of course, that makes you that forces you to be very careful with what you invest into, but simultaneously I understand what the person was talking about. Like I, for example, now maybe could want to build something like a chicken coop, or I don't know, what could I build? Start thinking about bread making, but I am in no position to do that. So large statue is close to being completed. Just a few more iron ingots and gold, and then we are gonna be all right. Storehouse that I forgot to prohibit things inside, and we have to permit some, let's say minimum 500 gold, maximum 1,000, no, 250 gold is the limitation. And now this warehouse mustn't have any gold inside. Have to kick it out. And looks like I'm making enough flax for the tailors to be working. It's great. The storage depots have been upgraded. Maybe I want to make them look different somehow. I mean, to be positioned differently, but for now it's all right. You know what? Let's do it this way. The market will be facing in such a fashion. The brick root cellar I'm gonna relocate. I'm trying to understand the aesthetics of the whole thing. Because currently it looks very unpleasant. I still haven't reached the 400 vacant places mark. And why is that? Interesting. Maybe I need to have more market workers to be distributing things more effectively. I think that's one of the reasons of my predicament. Work areas are empty. You've chopped down all the trees. Yes, you have. So let's chop the trees here. My eyes are really hurting. The wagon shop is overworked. Let's send the second person into action. I'm surprised to see that, but okay. A lot of herbs again. A lot of herbs. I need to send them. Already have 500 units in the market. That's too bad. Anything else to sell? Some soap. Sand. Sand pit is here. I suppose most of the sand is now going to the fields, but let's increase our effort and mine more. Maybe that's why the wagon shop is overworked, because it was trying to help with sand movement. Let's create another wagon shop here to help with the process. Yeah, and see the situation there. Firewood now is look at that. Okay, let's drop the worker here, or we will drown in firewood eventually. Something I was doing and got distracted. Yeah, this one. So here comes the market and the storage depot. If I place it over here, it has to fit more organically with the market's image appearance, and then I'll bring the brick root cellar back, and we shall see the final picture. Yeah, see that many homesteads are becoming large houses now. It's a pretty sight. Are dying from exposure to the elements. I'm not sure why they are dying. What I'm also concerned about, I can see that food is steadily going low. And that means that I can maybe have some root vegetables grown on the farms. Root vegetables and peas, for instance. And I have to pick another 3 fields which have good fertility level, like you, and well, you, for instance. Do we have okay, I'll resort to your service next year. Now here we'll have turnips. Turnips tolerate cold weather, so we can start with turnips and then grow peas at the end of the year. Yeah. Technically, we can even grow turnips on the same field where we grow flax, right? Because let me calculate. So we will have, for example, we drop clover here, add turnips, and let's look at the balance. Turnips take away 2%, flax takes away 3%, minus 5%, while we have plus 3, and then plus 1 from the peas, so plus 2% per year. Yeah, so we don't have to create any hustle on other fields, so no need to change anything. Let them work as they work. Here I'll just begin the year with turnips, and then finish the year with field work, and the same has to be applied to the other fields. We begin the year with turnips, and then clover, then field work. And by the way, turnips require the same, almost the same soil mixture as flax, which makes them quite a good choice for the whole thing. Yeah. So next year we'll have to have turnips, then this, then that. And the mixture has to be changed to this one. A lot of sand is required for that, by the way. What about peas? Peas have completely different requirements in terms of the mixture, unfortunately. Nice. So we'll have more food at the end of this year. Some root vegetables, some diversity. What about the arborist? Unlocked by default, right? Arborist. Where can I grow a beautiful place with trees? With fruit trees. I don't really know. I like this location, truth be told. Such nice grass. I'm not even sure why it grows exactly like that here. Maybe somewhere here. The game says it's very fertile land, but I might be expanding over there. Or might be not expanding over there. I'd like to find some hidden spot, truth be told. Why such strange coloration? Oh, let's place the arborist here. Work areas are empty, no stones to gather. Aha, let me set the work area here and see if they touch the ruins or ruins will be spared. I hope they're spared. I'll need to monitor the process. I have run out of flax, which is a pity. That means my weavers are sitting without any work. Let me check. Flax. I need much more. So I can drop the number of weavers for now. As I don't think I can afford to send another 3 fields into work. And that's where my model is a bit vulnerable. In past, I used to have fields that were 6 by 6, and they enabled me, they made me, they gave me a chance to calibrate the production more carefully. Now I have bigger fields to operate with, and so it's a bit more complicated. I don't want to buy anything from him. By the way, I had crude weapons that I wanted to get rid of. Yeah. Thanks. And some of them looks like they have rotten away or something. I have no idea what happened, but they're no longer there. Still have some homesteads where we must have large houses already. Okay. 11 people are sick. Whoa. I need a doctor. It looks like there is an outbreak of smallpox. This time I'm playing on the maximum difficulty in terms of sickness. And that's why a lot of people are ill. We are very close to 400. Very close to 400. I think I'm gonna be there eventually. A few more homesteads will get their upgrades and I'll be there. Do I want to buy stones from Atka? I'm not so sure, but I think I want to sell soap while she has not bad prices for that soap. Unfortunately, the only two traders that offer iron ingots are not selling iron ingots. Damn it. Just a moment. Had to clear my throat because it's no way I can talk like that, continue talking like that. It's awful. So am I sending more fields into work or not? Can I afford that or not? Let's run a test. So if I increase the number of workers here to maximum, here to maximum, and here to maximum, what is with my labor count? Critically low. What if it is 4 per each field? Will the game complain about that as well? So that's tolerable. Maybe it also has something to do with how many people are indisposed. Maybe it's that. So we have to dump that compost onto this one, making it more fertile next year, and then set to automatic application once again. This one I'll wait to get manual control. Oh, 3 traders at the same time. A rare occasion. Can I utilize that somehow? Cheese, stones from Ender? Plains Rider, really? Baskets. Candles. Candles. Are you selling candles? No, you're not. Cheese. You're not buying cheese. Iron ingots. Yeah, don't think I can utilize that to my advantage. So let's sell all the soap I can. Let's sell 65 baskets And let's sell pottery. I'm gonna make some decent money this year, a couple of thousand definitely, maybe a bit more. So what did I want to do? I wanted to rethink the fields, right, into having more flax, and I still have a chance to grow more flax this year. Let's do exactly that. Go flax, go. Actually, I can do that on... No, only on one field. Let's do it just on one field. Hmm. 8 coins, 9 coins for baskets. And they refuse to bring the necessary amount of soap to the market. Okay, to hell with you people. Now you, let's wait until we have enough pottery to sell. People recuperate, some people do not. And somehow some houses don't have enough water. Aha, arborist is ready for action. Let's plant over here. We'll plant a bunch of apple trees. Then we'll plant a bunch of pears. And then we'll plant peach trees. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I don't like apples that much, so I'll make pear trees for the rest of the circle. Maybe one more peach tree. Peaches are great. Here we go. More food for the future. So, are they gonna bring the pottery? Damn it. They have 30 days left to do that. Flax and clover. And this year, let's have another field work. And then clover and then field work. Yeah. The balance has to be altered to benefit these plants. About you, the balance also has to be altered. And as for you, everything is correct. Here we'll have to have flax. And then clover. Here we'll have to have turnips, clover, and field work. At last, they brought the pottery. I have a lot of gold from that. "47 people. Flax the second year, peas the third year. peas the second year, peas the first year, turnips the second year, turnips the first year, turnips the the third year. I forgot to set that. About the soil balance once again. Looks good. And here the soil balance is gonna be alright as well. Maybe, what if I have 6 people on the fields here? Will it be critical for the workforce in the village? Yeah, okay, 5 people. You know what? We will have 6 people on each field. Not 8, but 6. I think that will be a good one. This way I have enough workers per field, and at the same time there is no problem with the labor. All right, so this way we should have, I hope, enough flax. Or not. Clay deposit is running low, by the way. Can I upgrade the road? Yes, that's one more thing that can be done. That's one more thing that can be done, and that's a huge task to be completed. Let's begin with upgrading the roads in the town everywhere. That will definitely facilitate a lot of things for me. And also it will eat a lot of stones. Yeah, I'm already waiting for the pop-up. You haven't got enough stones. Let's help our friends there with stone gathering, and I suppose we have to gather stones over here together with the trees. You know what? Let's cancel that and only target stones. Yeah, stones have to be gathered everywhere we can find, as otherwise we are not gonna complete the road upgrade. Yeah, go people, go. Better roads are expensive. If I can do it today, which I already doubt, it's already gonna be a huge hit. But as I said, I'm not so sure anymore. What stops these bastards? Ah, I see. They still require more beautification. And somehow that wasn't enough. Still. Still not enough. Okay, you have to grow. You have to... that's already a large house. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. We should succeed in that. I hope. And that's where we actually need the laborers, but we don't have them. Surprisingly, they all have vanished somewhere. I don't know where they went, what they're doing. No idea. This compost yard will give me compost. This one is already fertilized, so I will need to wait a bit, and then I will make it a almost perfect field. Stones are running very low. The game just alt-tabbed itself. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's trying to tell me it's time to go to bed, but I want to finish that endeavor first. Are there any stones together here? Yes, there are. They're way too high. Nothing together over here, unsurprisingly. No, really, where have the laborers gone? I thought I had a lot, but suddenly haven't got any. Apply compost to this one. Next year it's gonna be around 90% fertility. What about flax? We still have flax for our tailors to be working, which is great. That means that clothes are being made without any interruptions. We can sell some footwear. We can sell some soap this year. Look at how many herbs we have. It's insane. We can sell 25 hide coats. We can sell 25 baskets. We need a graveyard. Okay, no problem. I mean, it is a problem. I hoped that I wouldn't need another graveyard, but looks like I do. The crypt is unavailable as of now. Fine. What's the maximum size of the graveyard? Stones. Yeah, I would rather have a smaller one next to the first one. Hello, Belder. What are we doing this year? You have bricks. Overpriced. Not that overpriced, but still overpriced. Do you think I am happy about that? If you think that, you're mistaken. Very mistaken, in fact. The large statue, I missed the moment when it was completed. Zero stones. The moment has come. Shame. But the good thing is that some roads are already completed. Of course, I need to also upgrade the roads in between the settlements, and those are actually even more strategically important. How many bricks do I need to... More than I can buy from Belder. So, and I want to know what the other trader will have and buy. Where is that second trader? How far away? Hard to say. Here, approaching slowly. Letros is not selling any iron ingots, but is buying cheese, which is a nice thing, and buying pottery. So we're gonna sell the soap, and not sure about shoes, to be honest, and baskets. I think we can wait for better prices. About bricks. How much? 3,000. That's a lot of gold, you know. Maybe we can wait for a better chance. 3,000 to be earned plus 3,000 and a half. Maybe I can buy this Teeth of Junior the Ascetic. An interesting purchase. But villagers get hungry in 15% slower, and in light of that fact that I have issues with my food supply, but the situation has stabilized, right? So it's not that drastic anymore. Maybe we shouldn't jump to any hasty actions yet. Looks like road construction here is faster than even in the main settlement. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, I forgot completely about the root cellar to be brought back to where it used to be. Aha, Score of the Butcher. Hello, sir. Tell me what you have to sell. Again, everything is overpriced, but he's buying herbs for a great price. Antlers of the Great Spirit. Let's buy those damnable antlers and sell herbs, and I want to do that to empty my storage and not let them rot there. Will anyone buy hauberks, I wonder? I don't remember whether anyone does buy that thing. I think somebody does. Somebody does buy hauberks occasionally. We can make a deposit. Shields, I don't remember. Don't remember. let's not make such moves for now. This is gonna be, I think, dangerous. Yeah, I'm not finishing roads today. Stones are a huge bottleneck. And we're low on laborers and builders as well, somehow. And we have reached the population cap, by the way. Flax fiber. Could that be that we, after all, don't need that much flax? Yeah, look at that. We seemingly do not need that much flax, so maybe we can drop the number of people working on the fields to 4 people per field and see where that takes us. Now at least we have enough laborers to service the town. What about the wagon shop? A lot of time standing idle. As well as this one. So let's drop 1 person from the business, and the sand pit is gathering sand like crazy. Trying to help the fields be more fertile, right? And we almost succeeded, I think. Yeah, this one is fertile. This still requires a bit sand. This one is already perfect, and this one is already perfect. Yes, so just 1 field requires more sand. Look, a few more houses have converted into large houses, namely 6. That's great. That's more people. And I have preciously little food, and I hope I'm not gonna face some famine. I don't like what I see, really. What's happening? Why is it happening? How can I change the situation? By adding more hunters, maybe. Where do we have hunting opportunities? Maybe over here I can add a hunter, as there are plenty of deers. That's one thing that can be done. About foragers, I don't think I can rely on them because there isn't much to forage around our settlements. So an arborist maybe is a good idea, but well, that will take time to grow more trees again. But maybe I have to do that. Am I foraging in this location? Suppose not. So let's go for the arborist. The earlier I build, the better. And maybe if I have 1, let's have 3. Bad idea to build an arborist next to the ruins, because definitely I'm gonna be decorating the place in the future. Let's have the arborist here. And I finally got the final point into the beautification. And well, it doesn't look like it has some insane impact. Micromanagement of origin is an option to increase food. You know, I'm playing with the basic settings, so if in custom options you change to high yield from foraging, then you can really sustain your village with a lot of food just from foragers. But here you can see that the yield is quite pathetic, so I don't think it's worth it. I don't suppose. Oh, ran out of trees, right? So let's go chop them here. Stones got back to my storage, meaning that we have to be completing the job, and we can already start thinking about creating the connections between towns. At least one road has to be a stone road. One here, and let's upgrade this one. And then let's upgrade this one, so that each settlement, sorry, has a high tier connection to the other. I move the forager based on seasons. Moving them 4 or 5 times a year increases collection stats. Wow, you micromanage like a true micromanager, ultimate micromanager, I suppose. No, I don't want to bother with that much, and I think that would be an overkill for me. So clothes are beginning to pile up, which is wonderful. That means that soon enough I'll be able to gain some money by selling those. I think another hunter is ready. Time to go gather some pelts. One more hunter cabin, or maybe I can already start thinking about another tanner and another shoemaker, but I'll leave that for the future for now. The year has begun and I still have flax. That's great news. That means that I indeed have enough to supply my tailors. What are they? Frozen? Villager is exposed to the elements, provide shelter and firewood to keep them warm. I have no idea what that is. Looks like a bug to me, to be honest. They are not exposed to elements. Only the Weaver building has such a... no, not only. The Fletcher has the same bullshit. I don't know, maybe it's Maybe they got cold this winter, but I don't know why, because they apparently have enough clothes. So weird, most weird. The arborist is ready for action. Let's go the same way that we went last time. Some modest amount of apples. Then 2 by 2, let's plant some peach trees. And the rest will be pears. And then some more peach trees. Not sure if they will be gathering from here, but I don't want to take my chances. Let's have peach trees here as well. Like that. And another arborist is also ready. Let's repeat the procedure. Set the work area to over here. I have a suspicion that I might regret placing the arborists here, but on the other hand, well, not gonna be my first time when I have to redo things in the game. I have nothing against that. I'll just redo things peacefully. What can I say? Well, I'll be grumbling, of course, a lot, but at the end of the day, that seems to be my streaming style, to grumble from time to time. Still have enough laborers, which is great news. I want to see the road completed. Look, the third settlement actually has that target in full glory. So all the roads that I ordered the construction of are cobbled. Here it's almost the same, only one is, okay, 3 are not yet completed. No, not 3, more than that, so we're still waiting. Here we're also still waiting. Well, what can I add? We are waiting for stones to be gathered. I think I'll remove this huge rock as a target because it's a bit too much, as well as this one. Masuke has arrived. Tell me that you're... No. Bricks for some completely ridiculous price once again. 15 coins. What maniac. What makes it worth? He has enough to provide me with enough bricks for tier 4, but I'm in no hurry. I still need iron ingots, and I can wait. Even though I already have reached necessary population, I can wait. Looks like the food situation has improved. Hope I'm not gonna face any famine in the near future. Let's check the trading post. What else I can sell? A bit more baskets, a bit more shoes, a bit more soap, a bit more pottery, a bit more herbs. paper. What for? For the I don't have the academy, and I won't have it anytime soon. So it's gonna be quite a problematic asset, and also it's medium price, not low price. Maybe later I'll buy it. I haven't yet checked how the academy works and how far am I from the academy, by the way. School of Thought. You mean I already this academy. So if I have paper, dramatically increases the rate research. Oh, really now? Okay, I'm gonna check your advice. Let's see what that brings me. Dramatically increases the speed of research. We'll see about that. We can sell some shoes. We can sell some hide coats. Only some hide coats. Let's send the rest back to the town. And he is not providing me with any bricks this year, unfortunately. The road has been completed in the second settlement, and in the first one it's still not completed. Greening down to 1 month. It was 2 months already, so it was 1 month anyway, and you can see that. Well, let me wait until this 1 month is over, and I'll see the impact. 10 months. I wouldn't call it a dramatic change, because without paper it was like, what, 15 or something like that. But I mean, anyway, it's better. So thanks for the advice. I'll know. But I think that they using the word dramatic is an overstatement. I wouldn't call it dramatic change. Where do we want to invest? Academy can upgrade to Grand Academy. And Grand Academy requires stone, glassware, and more money to be invested. No, I don't think I'm interested. I would rather invest into something else. And what could be that something else? Barrels? To make... look, I haven't got any mining industry, so for barrels it's too early. I have no mining, I have no glass making, so barrels are something to think about as one of the final things. So yeah, no, not barrels. I appreciate the advice, but no. Interesting agricultural bonuses. But I think I'll go for mining now. And then I need to have the quarry. And I need to have smithing. So work camps can upgrade to forester camps. Yeah, let's go for mining now. Oh, this dirt road somehow escaped my attention. Uh-huh. Do they use these road? Yes, they do. They do, but only because they are going there to mine stones. And other than that, they switched to using the roads that are the higher tier now. Well, we need to upgrade the rest of those. Let's go one at a time. Again, one here gets its upgrade. Let's upgrade this one. This one is a lengthy one and will eat a lot of resources, I'm sure. By the way, could I... Well, first of all, I'd like to cancel the construction, but it looks like I'm not able to do that. Yeah, I wanted to make it curvy instead. Go like that, but it's not that logical, right? So why would I do that? And this cobbled road, I want to get rid of it. I hate this strange shape. I don't want to see it. Food is balancing on the dangerous level, I should say. Quite dangerous level. But what can be done? But I have a lot of gold. That's definitely true. Quite a lot of gold. And what about clothes? How many? 87 units. Not that many. Not that many, but quite enough anyway. Let's wait until the winter is over and then I'll call it a stream, as it's been quite a long day and I think I have to go rest already. To wake up at the proper hour tomorrow. This place is very good for fishing, you know. Could be like an El Dorado for fish, but quite far away from the settlement. I can build a road, of course. Terrible. Just terrible. There are deers over there. Too bad that there is no deer pack here. I would build a road. Ah, wait. There are deers, but they're already being hunted. Building destroyed, what? What? Maybe it's that one that was lacking water supply. I wanted to change the way that markets and their corresponding storages looked, because this looks definitely better than what we have here, This actually looks like one building. And that's what I want it to be. Exactly. Things go for sale. Things go for sale. I've accumulated some sand. Great. And I have a lot of flax fiber. More than I can deal with, it looks like. So what are my choices? I can build another tailor. Another weaver building. What's the balance? Yeah, I can definitely do that. And just make a lot of money selling clothes. Or I can... No, I think it's the right thing to do. Just that I don't think I'll manage to complete the task before the stream is over, but who knows? Let's try. Let's try. The rotation of the market is going on. The root sellers have to be moved away. Temporarily. If I, by the way, cancel the root cellar relocation right now, it will disappear with all the food inside. I once did such a thing with a full warehouse, and I was completely heartbroken when I realized what I had done. That was just insane. Oh, are they saying that they already have finished the road construction that fast? Really? Oh, well done. Well done, what can I say? Let's upgrade the next one then. More stones are flying towards these long roads. Actually, these are the final ones, right? Everything else has been upgraded already. So the roads in between the fields, I'm not even sure that I want to upgrade those, as they create this bucolic aspect of the whole thing. Year number 24, and there are 11 people who are indisposed. That's a shame. Wonder if I have gathered all the stones in the vicinity. I suppose. Let's harvest these ones. The smaller ones. Yeah. No stones here. Crazy. They literally have gathered all the stones everywhere. In fact, yeah. Yeah, I have to target these big boulders, otherwise I'm risking to be stoneless. What's this? Button bush. I have no idea what that is. There are more stones here, right? Yeah, quite a lot actually. Let's gather those. They're relatively close to the town. Some stones here. Mine is out of ore. That's about the clay pit, so has to be destroyed. The what? Potter building? I built a Potter building? I was building a tailor. What? How on earth did I do that? So much for finishing the stream. Amazing. Yeah, and I wasted stones on that Potter, by the way. Hello, Lethros. This year, the iron is not that expensive, at least, and I can afford to buy it. Not Potos, thank you very much for staying with me. I'll be finishing also in a moment. I appreciate your attention very much, and hopefully we shall be talking more in the future. Do come again, and yeah, take care. Take care. Thanks for your help. So, yeah, I think that's a good moment to stop as well. Save in the crate town. We can quit the game now. I'm gonna thank who? Thank Nimra, and I'm not Potus, and everyone who has been listening to me silently, watching silently. My regards to the people who will see the recording. We managed to spend 3 hours together instead of 2 that I planned initially. It's deep night already, and I have lessons tomorrow, so I'll go rest. I thought I would go live tomorrow as well. Let's see. I'm still planning that. We still have a lot of things to do in Farthest Frontier. So, yeah, everyone, have a great one and cheers.